UFC Vegas 65. This is the weigh-in recap show, full card predictions, and the betting breakdown. Main event, it's Derrick Lewis and Sergey Spivak. We're going to talk about all of the matchups after seeing the fighters on the scales. Make sure you guys smash that like button if you're new, subscribe, turn those post notifications on, and make sure to share the video as well. And let's get into the first fight of the night. I was on Natália Silva throughout the week, guys, but I'm flipping the pick on this one. And I don't do this very often. There's like maybe not even a handful of times that I really have. But I think Bledá is going to take her down and work her from the top. And she also looks super intimidating at the face-off, which maybe has a little bit of a factor. But I'm starting to get worried about Silva. I don't know. Something's just feeling like she's going to be beaten on from the top position here. I got to flip the pick. I didn't want to do it. I took time to look a little bit deeper into the matchup. And I don't know, something is swaying me the other way of Bledá. And she's also at dog money too, sitting at plus 145. Natália Silva minus 155. I would never bet Natália Silva as a favorite. I wouldn't want to bet her even as an underdog here. But looking at Bledá and then looking at plus money, I think it'd be stupid for me to pass this up. I'm flipping the pick. I'm going the dog side. I don't think I'm going to go heavy on it, but I feel like I have to light play it because something's telling me Tereza Bledá is going to win this fight tomorrow. So I'm going to flip it, and we'll see if I fall flat on my face with the flip of the pick or if it was the money decision. Bledá to win by decision is what I'm going to ride with, but it wouldn't shock me if she did end up stopping her. Plus 225. Natália Silva, I think her best chance is to win probably by decision too, plus 175. If I'm touching it, it's money line, and I'm going underdog, flip of the pick to Tereza Bledá after seeing them on the scales. Fernie Garcia and Brady Hiestand. Listen, I think that Brady Hiestand's going to land a good amount of takedowns in this fight. I've been picking him all week long to win. I expect a chain wrestling attack, a lot of work against the cage with the clinch, and I think that stifles Fernie's game. I feel like he's decent from range, definitely has some solid boxing chops, and I don't think he's bad on the floor either. I just think Brady's wrestling pressure will be too much for him. So I'm going Brady Hiestand. Seeing the fighters on the scales didn't have a change for me, but I will say Garcia looks solid. Brady Hiestand looks incredible too. He's got the signature mustache now that he's bringing out. I'm going with the Ultimate Fighter veteran. I think he can get his win now, and I guess it's his second fight in the UFC, but first fight not connected to tough. I think he performs well and gets this one done. I like the height edge a little bit too for Brady. I'll take him by a decision. As far as the odds here for the matchup, minus 175 for Brady Hiestand. Fernie Garcia plus 143. We're going the way of Brady to win. Decision, I would rather just money line it if I'm going to throw down. But the decision prop, bringing it up here, it is plus 165. So some decent little value there on it. I'm riding with Brady's side to win, and I'm pretty confident he does it with wrestling. Let's keep moving on up. Maria Oliveira versus Vanessa Demopoulos. I am on Maria Oliveira. I have been throughout the week. I think the length advantage is a factor. There's Maria on the scales. There's a lot of picks of Maria on the scale, man. The cameraman was having a damn good time with her. Here's Vanessa Demopoulos. And there's almost the face-off. There's the face-off right there. Two girls, nose to nose. A little bit of that height edge for Oliveira. She's got the longer reach. I think straight punches are a big factor in this fight. I expect Oliveira to touch her up with straight shots. She maybe even gets the KO. Decision is more likely. Women's MMA. Lighter weight classes, we're at women's straw weight. This is 115. You know, you don't often see clean knockouts, but it does happen. And I think it could happen here with this matchup because Oliveira's got really good straight shots. Oliveira, minus 105. She's looking like she's more so dog money. It's around minus 115 for Vanessa Demopoulos. The KO prop, it is more of the Hail Mary attack, but I'm going to bring it up. It's plus 750, plus 700 range. I don't know, not a terrible snipe, but I also don't think Oliveira is a bad money line play. Granted, women's MMA, inherently higher risk. I just think Oliveira matches up well with Vanessa Demopoulos. We shall see on fight night. Ricky Turcios and Kevin Natividad. I'm riding with I'm riding with Ricky Turcios. Almost told you guys Natividad. No, it's Turcios to win. I think that he is going to mix it up with more versatility striking, and I do think some takedowns will be mixed into the game too. I think Kevin Natividad is going to look to throw power shots at Turcios, but I do think he could still be a little bit gun shy. I could see Turcios maybe even touching him up with straights and then timing takedowns from there. I think Ricky wins on the cards. I'll take him by a decision over Kevin Natividad, and I think the scales, they're not going to tell you guys anything changing. Both guys look pretty decent and ready to go. Turcios looking intense with like a prayer pose right here. He's a very interesting cat, Ricky Turcios. We got the slowest picture loading in of all time. But there's the face-off. A little bit taller, Turcios. Nothing's changing from that. What I'm seeing is Turcios getting the win with more versatility, and I think he takes it on the cards. Turcios minus 155 range, Natividad plus 135. I don't really love propping this one up at all. If we had to go, let's see, Turcios to win by submission would be a crazy play at upwards of plus 1,100, but Turcios by decision plus 130, not even worth touching. So I guess if you were going to go nuts on this one, you'd pick Turcios to win by sub. I mean, he does have good jiu-jitsu. Maybe he catches Natividad in something if you're looking for more of that Hail Mary. But money line, Turcios would be the official pick in this matchup. Next fight, Miles Johns and Vince Morales. I think Miles Johns is going to win by knockout. I've been saying it all week. Let's pull up the fighter face-offs. There's Johns. He looks pretty jacked up. There's Vince Morales, and then there's the face-off. Not a big height difference. You see a thickness edge towards the side of Miles Johns. I think that also translates to a physical strength and big punching power advantage. I see him finding the chin of Vince Morales and knocking him out cold. I'll go Miles Johns. KO prop, I don't think is a bad idea. Money line around minus 170 for Miles Johns, and then Morales at around plus 150. KO prop, Johns plus 310. It's not incredibly wide, but I do think there's a pretty good chance that he does spark him and KO him, especially with a hook or an overhand shot in the close range. I think Morales is getting caught and knocked out. Good fight here, and I think Miles Johns with a good staple win. The next one, the ladies going after it, is Jennifer Maia and Maryna Moroz. I've been on Maryna Moroz throughout the week, but, I'll throw some caution out there if you're really going to think about betting her, because Jennifer Maia's been at the top of the game, and she's recently lost to who? Caitlin Chukagian, champion Valentina Shevchenko, and most recently Manon Fiorot, the number one contender. Jennifer Maia has very good jiu-jitsu. If she can get on top, she can work well. The difference is I think that Moroz will be better on the striking and too hard to take down. I'm taking Moroz to win it. I'm going to lean it by a decision over Jennifer Maia. The scales, they're not really changing much. Moroz looks happy and confident on the scales. So does Maia here. And you see Moroz, taller girl too. I think that really aids her in the stand-up. And I think that should also aid a bit in managing distance to avoid takedown attempts by Jennifer Maia. We're going with the side of Maryna Moroz. I'm going to say decision. As far as the odds, Moroz, she's nearly 2-1. She's around minus 190. And then Jennifer Maia on the other side, plus 165. I like Maryna Moroz. Money line, it's there. It's not great. I'd like to see it closer. I think that Jennifer Maia's pretty solid vet, so I feel like the line could definitely be a lot lower down for Moroz, but they got her as a good size favorite. Yeah, I think Moroz is going to win, but I just don't love the money line. Do I really want to prop it up? Moroz, decision, minus 110. Nah. I don't think she'll get the sub. It's what? Plus 500, plus 600? Maia by subs all the way at plus 700. You'd think that she would be lower money than that to win by sub. It's kind of crazy. I'm going to pick Maryna Moroz, though. I'll say she takes it on the cards over Jennifer Maia, but not loving the betting side. Next one is the featured prelim, Zhalgas Zhumagulov versus Charles Johnson. I've been picking Charles Johnson throughout the week with some confidence. I think he's got a big advantage in the striking. In the wrestling, we're going to find out, and I think he will stop Zhalgas' takedowns. There is Zhalgas Zhumagulov on the scales. There is Charles Johnson. And we got a pixely face-off for a moment. Charles Johnson with the signature weird hair in the back. I respect the look, though. I respect the style he brings. Big height advantage. I think that's a big factor standing up. Looks like Zhumagulov is like a skeleton. He had a hard weight cut here. I think Charles Johnson might knock him out. I definitely think he's going to touch him up on the feet and avoid takedowns. I got him getting a clean win in this matchup here. That length advantage is huge, and don't be shocked if he gets a KO. Charles Johnson, I think, is a good money line attack at around minus 165. Zhumagulov plus 135, the dog side. Is the KO worth touching? Let's see here. Johnson by KO plus 385. Johnson decision just plus 165. I wouldn't play the decision. Maybe the KO, but it's still not incredible wide. Like, I think it could happen, but if Zhumagulov loses the decision, there's no surprise for me. Money line on Charles Johnson, for me, is where I'm feeling the most confident. I like him to win. KO possible. Decision going to be the official pick. Good matchup in the featured prelim of the night. And we're moving on up to the main card. If you guys haven't, make sure to smash that like button. And if you're new, subscribe. Let's talk the fight. It's Jack Della Maddalena and Danny Roberts. I think Jack Della Maddalena is going to get a clean knockout win. I think he's going to look super impressive in this fight and maybe make it look easy against Danny Roberts. I see him knocking him out in the first round or two. As far as the odds, they're crazy wide. But first, I will bring up the fighters on the scales, though nothing's going to change here. Danny looks good. He always comes in shape. He's not coming here to lose by any means. I just think Della Maddalena is that much of a problem for him standing up. There's the face-off there. I think where you would lean is betting a knockout, but for some reason I'm thinking you go later with the KO prop bet. Moneyline is unplayable, minus 555, Roberts plus 500. Okay, so you want to throw on Maddalena, you need something on this fight. If I have to bet it, I'm thinking second round knockout plus 350, upwards of plus 475, not terrible. Third round KO, if it was later, upwards of plus 1050. So second, third round KO, definitely the odds value on the side of just betting it by knockout in the first round. You're only getting plus 185. I do think Roberts could definitely get smoked in the first round, but if he ended up going a bit longer, I don't think it would be shocking here. And then Maddalena to win by KO is minus 180. Yeah, kind of an unplayable line. Those are some of the props to consider. Let's see, actually, I want to pull up that under 2.5 once again. Because I'm pretty sure, what is it, minus 315? I mean, minus 240. It's probably likely you're thinking Maddalena wins by knockout. It's probably under 2.5. Minus 240 is better than betting the money line on Jack Della Maddalena. Maybe I'm doing under 2.5, honestly, in this one. But I think Della Maddalena with a clean win. He's a huge favorite for good reason in this fight. Let's keep on running up. Next one, Muslim Salikhov versus Andre Fialho. I think Andre Fialho is going to get an impressive knockout win. The kicking skills of Salikhov are like off the damn charts, but I think that Fialho closes the gap with punches, crowds the kicker, knocks him out with the hands, and I think it's a pretty impressive KO win here too. There is Salikhov on the scale. Looks pretty decent. There's Fialho. He looks in very good shape. And there's the face-off. You can see Fialho, if it loads in here for us, a little bit taller than Salikhov. And I think with the hands, he's got a big edge. I think kicking-wise, yeah, Salikhov has him beat there. I'm curious if Salikhov looks to wrestle. Also note, Salikhov 38, Fialho 28. I'm seeing second-round knockout Andre Fialho, and I'm pretty confident that he does pull this one out. Now, as far as the odds, Salikhov around minus 110, Fialho on the same, minus 110. It's pretty much pick'ems. You maybe will find Fialho at ever so slight plus money. The knockout prop for Fialho, because that's how I think he's getting it done, is plus 185. It's there. It's there. It's plus money. I think money line, better attack, but realistically, Fialho, if he wins, I see it KO. And I do think he's going to knock Muslim Salikhov out. I'm feeling like it's a lead hook. KO, Andre Fialho. I'm going to pick round 2 for the Mystic Mac call in this matchup. Next one. This fight's going to be entertaining. Chase Sherman versus Waldo Cortes-Acosta. I think this is a really good striking matchup. You look at former bare knuckle champion Chase Sherman, and then you look at former pro boxer, 6-4, Waldo Cortes-Acosta. Yes, he wasn't incredible in boxing, but he's fought as a pro. I mean, he's got some experience there. I think him and Chase is an interesting stand-up match. I think Waldo is quicker on the feet, and I think he could deliver with more powerful shots. I feel like Sherman brings an unorthodox amount of volume, though, that he could potentially touch up Waldo with standing too. I don't think it's a bad play on Waldo to win KO TKO. I think he potentially pulls this one off. But Sherman is a crafty veteran. There's Waldo on the scales. There is Chase Sherman. Then there's the face-off. I think Waldo can find the chin in this matchup. And I think he will end up stopping Chase Sherman. Waldo Cortes-Acosta minus 230. Chase Sherman plus 190. What's interesting today, though, is my brother's telling me he thinks Chase Sherman's going to win by knockout. Just throwing out what he told me, because he honestly kind of surprised me with that one. But there is plus money on the side of Cortes-Acosta to win by KO, but it's only plus 115. Sherman plus 450. That's like kind of crazy wide. I'm riding with Waldo Cortes-Acosta to get the win, and I do think he can knock out Chase Sherman. I don't think the threat of the low kicks is there like it was with Vandera. Concern would be, is Waldo fully recovered from that fight? I believe that he is, and I believe the octagon jitters are gone. He finds the gap, closes distance, and I think he can stop Chase Sherman in this one. Co-main event of the evening, Cutelaba and Kennedy Nzechukwu. I've been picking Cutelaba throughout the week, but he turned into Mr. Nice Guy at the face-offs. I've never seen this from him. They were like best pals. He's smiling with them, and then after he took a picture with him like this. Not what you expect from Cutelaba. I don't know. I expect kind of controlled chaos as always. I expect takedowns and top work from Cutelaba, working towards a KO, TKO, probably ground and pound of Kennedy Nzechukwu, who looks like pretty good at moments, but also doesn't show up other times. I don't think he's super athletic. I don't know how the takedown defense is going to hold up. I got to go Cutelaba to win by knockout. As far as the odds, Cutelaba around plus 145, and then Nzechukwu around minus 175. I'm going dog money, Cutelaba plus 250, upwards of plus 295 KO, but I think money line's a good attack here. He probably does do it with ground and pound, but maybe Cutelaba turns into a slower pace grinding wrestler and controls the game and ends up controlling Nzechukwu from the top. Not impossible. He's only 28, so there could be changes to his whole game, and especially with the less intense face-off. I don't know. Maybe he doesn't come out as crazy. Still, pick Cutelaba, KO, TKO here. Main event of the evening time, Derrick Lewis and Sergey Spivak. Make sure you guys smash that like button and subscribe. And let's talk about this fight. I think that Derrick Lewis, that's the pick for me. And I believe he's going to be dangerous on the feet with Spivak. Yes, Spivak is an intense guy to deal with in the close range. Good trips, works well from the top position, good submission skill set. But Derrick Lewis is a beast, and he's not an easy guy to take a hold of. Got a weight advantage by nearly 15 pounds. I think that's a factor. Now, as far as the face-offs, there's the scale for Sergey Spivak. Then there's the scale for Derrick Lewis. And there's an intense face-off. It's an interesting clash of styles. Grappler versus striker. I think Derrick Lewis needs one shot on the chin and he will flatline Spivak, and I'm willing to bank on that. So I'm going Derrick Lewis underdog. Plus 175 for Derrick Lewis. Spivak minus 205. If you're looking at the knockout prop, which most people probably are if you're on team Derrick Lewis, odds for that upwards of plus 200 money, even plus 215. I do think he sparks clean KO over Sergey Spivak. I do think it's live throughout majority of the fight here, and I'm expecting it to be a bit earlier. I think that Spivak will really struggle on the feet with Lewis. Lewis of round 1 plus 450. Lewis KO round 1 plus 525. Just something to note there. I do think the KO is pretty damn live here, and I am expecting first round knockout, but could see it throughout the fight. And Spivak is a dangerous grappler, but I think Lewis can deal with this style of grappling pressure. He's going to be physically strong and big, and I think he clean clocks Sergey Spivak. Unconscious, flatline knockout, Derrick Lewis, the winner of the main event. Before I send you guys off, I do want to close it out with the parlays section, if we can get best fight odds to load up. Damn, they're not loading up for us, so I'm just going to have to read them off here. This is unfortunate, man. Best fight odds is down for us. Listen, I've been talking about all week Fialho with Derrick Lewis, dog lock play, plus 415. Safer side would be Maddalena, Johnson, and you know what? I would honestly consider Waldo at plus 190, but maybe you leave it out. My brother's kind of gotten in my head with that one a little bit, but still, I don't think it's a terrible play. I think Waldo's still close enough money you throw down on it, especially with the parlay. I'm saying he knocks him out. Now, as far as Fialho, Lewis, Maddalena, Johnson, around plus 1,000 money, be cautious with your parlays. I think, guys, you can definitely include Charles Johnson. I think Fialho is good close money, and I do think he's pretty likely to win. If you went nuts, you added in a black beast, Derrick Lewis. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the weigh-in recap show. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of the picks. If you're new, subscribe. Make sure you guys smash that like button and turn on those post notifications too. I'll be live for the entire UFC Vegas 65 card tomorrow. So make sure to tune into the Fight Companion. Much love, my people. Thank you all so much. And I will see you all in the next one. Peace, everyone.